For centuries, cultural exchanges have remained a means of socialization with attendant economic benefits for the two or more parties involved. The foreign culture phenomena might have begun during the pre-colonial era. However, colonialization witnessed influx of foreigners, mostly from the West, through social interaction, which include copycatting the colonialists' way of life. This were reflected in the system of education, tax administration, political structure, among others. Consequently, the mode of dressing and other habits were also copied. Over the years, dynamism in cultures of other parts of the world is also reflected in the African society. Here in Nigeria, the influence of foreign culture is evidently seen on a daily basis. So, what is foreign culture and what does it pertain in today's society? Isa Labaran, an educationist cum public commentator, attempts to give answers.
Parents are the first agents of socialization to any child. You understand? So whatever the child brought into the larger society, then it is the kind of training that he received, you understand, or the lack of training that he received from what, from his parents. So the parents are to blame, because generally, after blaming the parents, you can also say that you can blame that on the ignorance of the youths themselves, because there are certain cultures that if you can explain it to certain youths, certain people, yes, and they will see it as damaging not only to their personality but to their society. Let's take the issue of hands down. The issue of hands down, that means youths pulling down their trousers, leaving their pants open. And in America and other European countries, it signifies that that particular person that is doing that is only selling himself or trying to market himself. You understand that he is a homosexual.
The booming trend and growth of the entertainment industry, particularly music, movies, modeling, and a host of others, have opened up the nation's youths to multifaceted cultural expressions. State Director, National Orientation Agency NOAA, Ahmad Sudi Abba, is of the view that African culture is rich and unique. He frowns at the negative influences borrowed from foreign land.
Culture is a serious issue, and it affects everybody's life, and it tells you who you are and where you are and where you're going to. Without culture, you don't have identity. Without culture, you won't know who you are. Without culture, you won't know where you're going to. So our cultural life, our way of eating, our way of dressing, our way of interacting with one another gives us that identical, what will I say, system, or what will I say, identical way of life that has to do with who we are and how we are. And
on their parts, Ustaz Salimaman and Bishop Marcus Amfani insist that the two religions abhor such practices, but rather concentrate on the reflection of faith in one's character, mode of dressing, and interaction with others.
Islam, culture or good behavior means the manifestation of our belief in our conduct, in our today activities. That is the way our belief manifested in our character, in the way we talk, in the way we dress. That is what we call as a culture in Islam.
Some will tell you it doesn't matter how you dress, what matters God is looking at your heart. No, that's wrong teaching. According to Paul, that we should not conform, again in that Romans 12, that we should not conform to the standard of the world, but that we should be transformed by the renewal of our mind. So the Bible is saying that rather than being conforming to the world, we should transform the world. Now, what am I saying? By the Western influence, you see young people dressed and putting earrings. You can see them burning their ears like ladies. You can say they call it hash down or hash down, they call it. These are not edifying God in heaven.
The influence of foreign culture are both negative and positive. It is now left for the society to face off the non-healthy habits and behaviors that are inimical to its progress. Aminu Julle Grumpao, 26 we can file.